Hey guys, what is up? It is Austin here, bringing you guys another video, and today we're going to be talking about the Froste and Nadeshot drama that's going on Twitter right now, guys. It's pretty crazy, and genuinely, it's something I kind of feel strongly about, just because, I've been a huge, fan of Nadeshot and the mob for a while, and, I feel like I kind of want to put my 2 cents in on this. So obviously, it doesn't matter. My opinion isn't the end all be all opinion. Obviously, you can agree with me, disagree with me. It doesn't matter. I just think this is an interesting discourse to have. But first off, I want to start the video off by saying thank you so much for the support I got on the shorts that I posted recently. They're without a doubt performing better than I thought they would. They're performing amazingly. Thank you to all the new subscribers we have. We gained a couple, and it means the world to me as a small creator. So thank you so much for the support on those. But to the video's topic. Froste and Nadeshot. This all kind of came out of nowhere. So if you guys don't remember the mob, Frost, Classify, Mako, Avalanche, all those guys, they were part of 100 Thieves for a while. They were signed on. Nadeshot took a chance on these guys and brought them in. And they were all saying how grateful they were to be in, 100 Thieves and how amazing it was. And there is a screenshot of a tweet that I have that I think pretty much sums this up in just every way possible. That, it's probably in the thumbnail of this video, all sorts of stuff. I've probably seen it circulating on Twitter, but it was also the beginning of this video. Froste straight up came out and said that he was overpaid, and he felt like he was overpaid, and he really appreciated being in 100 Thieves and all the opportunities he was given to him. And then he hits the timeline today, just straight up attacking Nadeshot, saying they were underpaid, there were nights that they couldn't even afford food, their internet was garbage, all this kind of stuff. And he's been straight up attacking Nadeshot, saying he's not a good, owner. He hasn't been helping them out, all that kind of stuff. And Nadeshot responded to claims and straight up did not give a fuck. And here's what Nate had to say on the situation.
Of context, but the mob, if you look back, and even now, if you look at their channels, they were only averaging, 100, 200, a couple hundred viewers. Maybe there's some exceptions into the rule there. Maybe there's a couple thousand, for big moments. I don't know. But the fact of the matter, without trying to sound as if I'm holding this against them, they weren't very big.
So basically, Nate just straight up said in the video that they just weren't performing as greatly and they weren't as committed to the grind. Now, Frosty specifically is pretty much saying that Frost wasn't streaming as much and he wasn't pulling in as many viewers, and he just didn't have the work ethic to be in 100 Thieves and, all that kind of stuff. And he really wasn't as committed as other people were. And when this news broke, there were a lot of people on Twitter coming out in support of Nadeshot, people that worked for him, and said that he is, the greatest boss ever, and he truly, goes out of his way for his employees, makes them feel like family, all that kind of stuff. And most of the support I've heard for Frosty's side has said, like, oh, their internet was garbage, so he couldn't stream. And then I've heard people say, he's a grown man, they could just, get better internet. And then they're like, well, they were forced to live in a house where they couldn't get good internet. And then my obvious reply to that would be, you weren't forced to live anywhere. And secondly, they were paid $60,000. The number I've been hearing thrown around a lot, Frosty got $60,000, and he's complaining about that. And if you ask me personally, for someone with inconsistent streams and is posting every now and then, and is really, most of his popularity is coming from Twitter, not even really in his viewer base, I think that's more than fair to get $60,000 out of that. And he's saying like, oh, 60,000 in LA isn't even that much. Man, I would, there's a lot of shit I'd do for $60,000. I think a lot of us would kill for $60,000 to play video games, man. Like, I thought Frosty's reply was just simply just disrespectful. And pretty much all he's been saying is like, oh, I was mistreated. And then Nadeshot was like, well, you really didn't work that hard for it. You didn't build up enough. You didn't continue building your base. You didn't stay committed. And Frosty's pretty much just saying like, oh, but I was still disrespected, all that kind of stuff. And now Frosty's saying like, oh, I lost all respect for Nadeshot, when after Froste left 100 Thieves, he was still tweeting out that Nadeshot was the greatest boss ever, and they were overpaid, is quite literally what Froste said in his own tweet. So I think you pretty much discount yourself when you come to the timeline and say you were overpaid. And now a couple months later, when you're struggling with views and you can't pull in any viewership, now you want to say that you were underpaid and you were disrespected. It feels really weird to me. Obviously, I don't know the truth. I don't think anyone knows the truth except for Froste and Nadeshot and all those involved. Classify said something about the situation. He's pretty much said he's not getting involved and that he has worked his ass off, which I will be real. Classy's the one that streamed the most from what I could see. I actually followed him on Twitch and I watched a lot of his streams. So I would be inclined to agree with him that, yeah, he was grinding, but I never saw Frosty streaming nearly as much. I could be wrong, but that's pretty much everything that was said. It was kind of crazy. But that's pretty much where we are with everything that's going on. I just felt the need to talk about it because I was a huge fan of both parties. So that's pretty much it, though. That's going to be the end of the video. If everybody enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm on the road to 650 subscribers. I'm curious to know where everybody stands on this issue. Are you more on Nadeshot's side that they didn't work hard enough and they really weren't pulling in viewership and stuff along those lines? Or are you more on Frosty's side and you simply believe that they should have been paid more and compensated more? Anyways, that's going to be the end of the video. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to post another short, maybe another video. I'm not sure. But expect a short on Thursday because I have to go into work early that day. So I won't really have time to do videos and that kind of stuff, which is why this video came out late today. I was at work all day. But I appreciate anybody who stopped and checked this video out. And, no disrespect, no hate to both sides. But that's just how I feel on it. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. I love you guys. This is Austin, and I'm out. Peace, guys.